Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Oyedepo. I'm a consultant paediatrician with South Women and Children's Hospital, and this is a very exciting time for me. It's August, it's the time when we celebrate breastfeeding and we look to advocate for breastfeeding in all babies. You know, the WHO says that every baby should be exclusively breastfed for the first 6 months of life, and it's been found to be very beneficial for their health, preparing them for the big thing in life, preparing them to live very healthy lives. And I personally think that it's the first health insurance you can give your child. So we're joining the world today to lend our voice to exclusive breastfeeding for babies everywhere, at every time. And we want to say, like, the theme is encouraging that everybody needs to create an enabling environment for parents to adequately breastfeed their children. So we need to look inwards and ask ourselves, what can I do to make sure the people working for me are getting enough time and enough support to breastfeed. And one of the things we also want to talk about that I will be mentioning briefly are the myths around breastfeeding, because in as much as we're trying to make sure people get support to breastfeed, we still find people not breastfeeding because of some very funny reasons. You hear a lot of things. I think breastfeeding is one of those things that makes people want to give you a lot of advice that is usually not true. So some of the things we hear people talk about when they talk about breastfeeding is, for starters, like, people think breastfeeding is very easy. Many people tell you, oh, it's not just breastfeeding, it's not just to give baby breast milk or something. Breastfeeding is really not as easy as people say it, but this is not to discourage it, just to tell you that it takes a lot of intentionality to breastfeed a child. That means if you want to breastfeed your child, you need to start making preparations to do that even before you have the baby. You need to start antenatal care, and you need to get lessons on how to position yourself, what posture, what dress, what kind of things you need to put in place to make sure your breastfeeding is optimal and adequate. So breastfeeding is not something that falls on anybody. Everybody needs to learn how to. It doesn't fall on anybody. And you need to prepare yourself to be in a relaxed state of mind to be able to breastfeed adequately. Another thing, myth that I want to talk about today is the fact that people think that breastfeeding makes their breast sag. A lot of women believe that, but I want to tell you that the science is not really in support of that. We hear that when people say, oh, when you breastfeed, you're going to have your breast going to sag faster than it would if you do not. The good news or the bad news is either you breastfeed or not, the breast is going to sag, because the breast sagging is actually a product of aging, anatomy, genetics, and a lot of things. So even if you choose not to breastfeed, the older a woman gets, the higher the probability that the breast is going to sag. So please do not withhold breast milk from your baby because you think that your breast is going to sag. Another funny myth that we hear a lot from people is that breastfed babies are clingy, or they do not learn to, they are not easy to wean. It's really not true. There's no science to prove that, everything about this is scientific. And so when you're making those kind of claims, you want to look at researches and studies, and most times you find that there is no basis for this. If a child will be clingy, he or she will be clingy, either you breastfeed the child or not. If a child is not going to eat adult food early enough, he or she will do that whether you breastfeed them or not. So it's not something you should start thinking about when you want to make a decision to breastfeed your baby. There are lots of myths actually. I really can't exhaust them, but I want you to know that the internet is our friend. You see lots of things, people discuss it, and you can always take up these issues and talk to your healthcare provider about them. I'm sure many of them are in a position to enlighten you about what really is the facts. So what are the facts about breastfeeding? We've talked a little about the myths. The fact is, breastfeeding is like gold. It's like giving your child a gold mine early on in life, because it protects them against a lot of illnesses. There are even certain diseases that science has found that breastfed children hardly ever develop. When you as a pediatrician see a child having a certain kind of illness, the first question you want to ask the mother is, was this child exclusively breastfed? And most times they were not. Things like otitis media, pneumonia, diarrhea, exclusively breastfeeding a child actually protects them from a lot of these disorders. And you find that you do not visit the hospital as often as when you have a child that is not breastfed adequately. Another fact about breastfeeding is that it helps bonding with children. A lot of women will tell you that when a child is breastfeeding, you can see that connection it creates a bond over time, and then the mother finds that even when she's separated from the child for some time, when the child sees her again, it's not difficult for the child to reattach and become bonded with her again. So it's really very good to breastfeed, so that you have that mother to child bond, which usually lasts. Even when you're an adult, you're still very much attached to your parents, and it could be a very good thing in so many ways. Another fact about breastfeeding is that breastfeeding helps the family. You don't have to buy infant formula. It's not a sign of wealth to spend so much money buying infant formula when you can just give your child breast milk and save the money. So that's one factor a lot of people do not look at when they're talking about breastfeeding. There are loads and loads of things to benefit from breastfeeding. Even as a nation, when we talk about breastfeeding, we do not just limit it to the family, the whole community gets to benefit, because if we're not spending so much money buying infant formula, we have money to do other things. If we're giving our children breast milk that contains a lot of antibodies, a lot of factors that helps their brain to mature very well, we have brighter individuals that can take up key positions in the society and give us a productive society on the larger scale. So there are endless list of things that you gain by breastfeeding your child. But we want to say that there are no pressures. We're not putting pressures on anybody. We know that there are instances where a woman would not be able to breastfeed, and it's okay. But if you want to give it a try, this is us in South encouraging you that please go all out and breastfeed your child. Look for the support, register yourself during your antenatal, prepare yourself mentally, physically, exercise, do lots of things that put you in a good position to breastfeed, and seek for help from your healthcare providers. And I'm sure you'll have a very smooth journey and you have good stories to tell about it. Happy breastfeeding week. Bye-bye.